All right, guys, happy Monday. It is the 16th of November, 2020. And real quick, I know we don't have notebooks, but I just want you to think of what do you know about Mongolia? Anything? It's okay if you don't. We're gonna help you learn all that good stuff. All right, we have some key terms. There's gonna be four of them. They're Kani pastoral steppe or steppe. It's not steppe, it's just steppe or market economy. That's a big one. All right, so Kani is one of several separate kingdoms or territories which Genghis Khan, who you're going to learn about, split his empire into, and each one was ruled by one of his sons. The word pastoral means to keeping cattle or sheep or animals that graze. The next is steppe. A steppe is an extensive plain, usually or especially that lacks trees. And then the last one is a concept called the market economy. It's an economy where most resources are owned and controlled by individuals or companies, and people buy or sell things. You live in a market economy, okay? And what is bought and sold is dictated by supply and demand, right? So if you are really in need of something, there's a high demand for it, you can get it. There's a reason why we have not invented or flying cars aren't a thing yet, because there's not a demand for flying cars, right? So just keep that in mind. All right, so let's learn a little bit about Mongolian geography. It's located in Central Asia. You can see it here, this nice bright green country. Its capital is one of my favorite words to say. It's Ulaanbaatar. All right, it has a population of 3.3 million people. It is the least densely populated country on the planet. For every 1 square mile, there's 5 people. So that would be like 5 people living in roughly Island Heights. It is completely landlocked. It does not have any seas or oceans bordering it. It is covered almost entirely in grass steppes. There is two kind of notable exceptions in the bottom corner right here. There's the Gobi Desert, and then over here are the Altai Mountains. It has two land borders. Even though it gets really close to Kazakhstan, they do not touch. So here's Kazakhstan, here's Mongolia, Russia to the north, and China to the south. Here's a map, just kind of pointing out Mongolia in bigger context. Here is Mongolia again, the Gobi Desert, Altai, and you'll see different variations of the spelling of the capital city of Ulaanbaatar, but here's Ulaanbaatar right here. Right, here are some of those grass steppes, maybe the only tree in Mongolia, just kidding. The Gobi Desert, grass steppes, traditional Mongolian housing called yurts, steppes, mountains, and we're going to learn a little bit about its early history now. All right, so there's a lot of extensive early history about Mongolia. The key to understand is the people that had lived there were mostly herders who traveled around the country, or what will now be considered Mongolia. And that dates back thousands of years. But under the Khans, all right, you're going to learn quite a bit about Genghis Khan, but when you read. But under the Khans, the Khanates were formed, and each was gained independence by 1264. And the Mongolians ruled Mongolians. They fought enemies to control the Mongol homeland. They defended the area. All right. In 1578, the Khans instructed that Buddhism become taught throughout what is now Mongolia, and they ruled Mongolia. Geez, sorry guys. They ruled Mongolia until 1634. In 1636, the Manchus of China took power, and they re-ruled by China until 1911. In 1911, there's a Mongolian revolution that coincides or happens at the same time as the collapse of the Qing dynasty in China, and this is where the Mongols declare independence. It takes 10 years, but they do gain independence fully in 1921. Right, Mongolia today. Mongolia is a really interesting place. It switched to a market economy in the 1990s. It's been kind of struggling to do so. It had just been a very simple herding economy where people just bought the little things they needed instead of having big businesses. Not that there's big businesses, but you know what I mean, relatively big. And today, mining and agriculture are two of the largest industries. Right, here is traditional yurts. They're mobile homes, that you could follow the herds with. You can see the herds here. Eagle hunting is a very big deal in Mongolia. They use golden eagles, just like us, to hunt animals such as foxes. They do travel by pachyderm, right? Here, these are dromedary technically. These are a type of camel. The horses are widely used. Just a beautiful scene of Mongolia here. And this is kind of the mix of Ulaanbaatar, right? Major modern looking city. yurts and traditional homes right on the edges. Okay. And for your classwork, please complete your activity. That's all. Simple activity. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.